I am back and I'm creating a team from scratch. I'll be in-game leading under a brand new organization called Inner Circle, who give me and my coach LMBT complete freedom to realize our vision. This allows me to show you the never-before-seen process of creating a professional team from nothing, and this is pretty exciting to me. In this video, I will show you the inception of the idea, how we found an organization, what players we picked and why, how team identity comes to existence, and finally, what goals we have for 2025. While I'm excited to start working with a new project, I'm also kind of nervous with the amount of responsibilities. I was specifically picked by my coach, LMBT, to work with him on the lineup. For the last 6 weeks of 2024, we were constantly brainstorming ideas about players who are interesting prospects that could fit us. And this was the big issue in the current system of the game. Since Inner Circle is new to Counter-Strike, we have literally 0 points in all rankings, which makes it hard to attract players you could sign, and it acts as a domino that if one player declines, it might make others turn away too. Another factor is budgeting. We simply couldn't spend as much as other established teams to buy out players out of contract if they're benched. I can reveal that some negotiations crumbled just because of this. So we're mostly working with free agents or players with very close expiration date on the contract, which ties our hands even more. However, the whole process of handpicking players was completely new to me, but I honestly enjoyed it. Me and my coach had a list of roughly over 30 players who we were interested in, and we narrowed it down after watching demos, having interview with said players, or realized we won't be simply able to afford them. From the start of the idea, we also had an Oper that I wanted to work with, but he had also another offer from an established team, which he took. I cannot blame him. He himself said he feels like it's a safer option, but that move made our current Oper, Oscar, which is also my teammate from the past, available. And by the way, I saw some comments online asking how the hell we could have afforded to buy out Oscar. So in reality, Sinners wanted to replace him anyway. They benched him but didn't announce it, which made this purchase much cheaper for us, and it all kind of fell into the place like this. And this example is just one small side story of one player, and so you can imagine how stressful past weeks were for us, trying our best to put together a competitive roster. Another factor that was against us is time. It was New Year's Eve when we still had only me and LMBT confirmed in the project, while all other players were taking time for their decision. The season was literally starting in a few days, and all of this caused to delay the start of the practice compared to some other teams. There was almost no time to test or trial any players, and we were forced to act fast on gut feeling. Speaking of putting together a roster, we were rarely looking at statistics of players. They helped us paint the full picture, but real decisions were made after interviews and by asking around for references. Our main attributes we focused on were work ethic, how motivated they are, communication in English, and how they put team success over anything. This helped us realize how coachable each player is. From in-game point of view, main focuses were positions they play on each map, how they balance aggressive and passive playstyle, how good mechanically they are, and how did they perform in 2024 overall in international teams. Also, what we aimed for is to not create a retirement home, so to speak, of old players, but we balance experience of me, Oscar, and LMBT with young prospects to complement each other. This is where we understood what will be our strengths, our weaknesses, and overall identity of the team. Are we going to be an extremely fast, aggressive team like old Furiavos, or might be more gamble-oriented with heavy info plays like, for example, old Heroic? Or we might rely on playing in chaos, complete chaos like, for example, FaZe does. And all of this was outlined before we spent even 1 minute on the server. One of the most important topics was the goal setting. I want to be in a team with good, productive atmosphere, always pushing one another to become better, while maintaining that friendly and positive vibe. This would be just impossible had we not had the same goal in our daily practice. We all want to achieve great things, get to the major, and maybe even in the future win one, but it's the core fire that burns inside every professional player, and exactly that is the problem. Every player has this dream, and only very few achieve it. This is why I want to focus on how do we achieve that dream instead of what the dream really is. How are we going to behave in practice? How are we going to interact between one another? And how hard we will be working when no one will be looking is going to define our progress. When we won't feel motivated, that is where discipline should take over. And that is the basic idea that I, as a leader, will try to convey in our daily life in Inner Circle. So, talking about majors, we're definitely getting ahead of ourselves. I think it is very improbable, borderline impossible, that we can qualify to Blast Austin Major. We're starting from zero. No points, no invites, nothing. It will take a long time before you see us on the big stage or fighting for trophies, even in smaller tournaments. But we will get there, and in the meantime, we will practice as best as we can to work on issues that will inevitably come, as in any team. And speaking about future plans, before we end the video, I also want to mention that the content on this channel might shift a bit. First of all, I'm uploading 2 videos per week for almost 2 years now, but with the duties of the captain, I won't be able to continue at this rate. My first priority is the team and always will be, as I'm pro player first. I will slow down and aim to upload half of that, so roughly 4 videos per month, and the content sometimes may shine a light into the inner workings of IGLing, being a captain or a leader. I'll kind of let the content find its way instead of trying to come up with any plan. I just want to say that I do not want to abandon this channel, and it may open new content paths such as bootcamp vlogs, tournament vlogs, new POV videos, or even How I Think series that I think was kind of innovative and interactive way to share my thought processes in crucial moments of the game. If you like any of that, let me know in the comments what would you like to see, and I will do my best to deliver. And also, a lot of this is what I'm teaching in my weekly lessons in Academy, so if all of this sounds interesting to you and you want to get even more knowledge, I suggest you check the link in the description and use code STYKO for that 50% discount. But in the meantime, I hope you will support this new project. We'll need it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Huge shout out to my Ko-fi members for your continual support so I can make more videos like this for you. Their name is on the screen right now, and if you want to appear here too, check out my Ko-fi page where you can gain tons of cool and exclusive perks at various tiers of membership. And when I say they're cool, I mean it. Give it a look, it's worth it. Thank you for making my content better and possible.